Spirit divine, come to me, feeling love, healing me. Open my heart, allow me to see beauty and love that lives in me. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. Beautiful. Thank you. You guys are great. So I'm Reverend Greg Dorst, and I'm welcoming you to Unity of Pasadena. Thank you for being here. This place, I'm sure you can feel it, was packed with people, packed with emotion, packed with wisdom, packed with intuition yesterday, and it's still here. It's still here. And so we can revel in that. We can know that as people were connecting yesterday, they're connecting right now. We know how to do this. And so we're so glad to have you here, Don. And I just want to begin this process by letting you know that your prayers are connecting. Your prayers are healing. Your prayers are filled with the joy of life. Because as we pray for Bonnie and all others who are having health challenges, we set in motion something really special. You know, we set in motion the activity of God through the consciousness of each and every one of us and the group consciousness. So Bonnie is moving in a direction which we are so excited about. Yesterday when I received word of how she was doing, the word miraculous was thrown around a lot. Because she went from a space where her kidneys had completely shut down, and it looked like there was a problem with the body functioning in an appropriate way, to a place where things are working, and to a place where she's alert, and to that moment where she has an element of knowing exactly what's going on, exactly what the doctors are doing, and exactly what you're doing. And I say that because that just drives home the point of us praying for her, because she knows exactly what we're doing, which has the effect of healing in and of itself. I mean, we know that that's the way this works. And so thank you always for keeping us in touch with what's going on, Don. And thank you for being that kind of partner that just allows us to be involved and just love her back to health as well. So we love you too. We recognize that there's something going on here, not just in Bonnie, but in you and you as a couple, because that energy is present. We recognize it. So you're in our prayers too, just so you know that. All right, really good. So you've made it to Unity of Pasadena. That's a really good thing. Now you know a little bit more about what we do. We support each other. We also honor the one, this, this singular source, which is all there is. This singular source, which is all creativity, all thought, all feeling, all substance. And that healing dynamic, which brings about what we know to be in each and every one of us happening all the time. And that is the wellspring of life moving forward. The wellspring of life. You know, that which appears to be at some point in time dormant in its health challenge, dormant in its ability to move forward in life, springs forth. You know, my brother contacts me about the cicadas in Chicago. I don't know if you guys hear from anybody in the Midwest, but it's the 17th year. The cicadas are back. You know, I imagine around 16th year, people will start wondering, are they going to come back? You know, are they going to start making these noises? And what the heck? Did they forget this year? Or did somebody change the timetable? Nope. It's just life. It's life. They know what's going on. They know when to do it. And all of a sudden they appear. And, they bring their own challenges, according to my brother, like sleeping, because they're noisy little guys. But it's a great experience of how life works. Always moving forward, always available. It's just there. We see it in all of the plants. We see it in the eyes of people who are becoming more healthy, both emotionally, physically, and spiritually, all the time. And so that's what we do here. And I want you to join me in this saying. There's only one thing. It may look like more than one thing. It may feel like more than one thing. But it's only one thing. Expressing as you, expressing as me, and everything we see. Yeah, and we do it together. We do it together. So we have some things I'd like you to join me in as well, such as the unity blessing. Please join me. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. Our statement of faith, please join me. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the good, omnipotent, and I am one with that presence and power. So let's take a deep breath and just release it. And sink into your seat and just do it again, releasing everything that needs to be released. One more ring of the gong. Beautiful. And in this vibration, in this room, in this very room, recognize and know that there's a power and a presence, and it's operating in, around, and through each of us as us. It's right here. It's always here, but our recollection and understanding and conscious awareness of it creates a synergistic effect within us, and we just revel in that right now. When we recognize it, we feel it. When we bring it forth, it's ours. And so that's the presence of God. That presence of God is often felt as love, but all emotion covers that panoply of love. We just accept it and revel in it right now, knowing that love is good, love is healing, love is connecting. We connect here and now. We do so by recognizing people in our lives and people in the organization of Unity of Pasadena that help this to move forward. We have a board of trustees that keeps their eye and their hearts on what needs to be done to make this a strong, vibrant place that is healthy and whole. We know that this board of trustees is always working, always on the job, and we're so grateful for it. And we have musicians today which bring about a feeling of love and caring, and this song is emotional and spiritual. And you're going to hear some amazing spiritual work today, and we thank you for being here. We're so grateful for each and every one of you and for the volunteer work that you do as congregants here. We have people on PowerPoint and live stream and sound. We have people here who greet you at the door and who bring food. We have people here who hand out programs and do the offering with us and for us. And we're so grateful for all of that. And we have prayer chaplains that hold the light for each and every one of us all the time. This space is blessed to have a large group of prayer chaplains that hold the light, that keep us in mind, that keep us in heart, and bring forth the very good of who we are and what we are each and every moment. We're grateful. And so there's a lot to be grateful for. I just revel in that gratitude. And that gratitude pushes every other thought aside. For this moment, we release it, we let it go, and together we say, and so it is, amen. Whew. Well, that was a little long-winded in the prayer department today, because I got to tell you, I'm inspired today. I am really, really inspired. I'm not only inspired by each and every one of you, but I'm inspired about what we get to talk about today. We get to talk about some stuff that's exciting, that is emotionally recharging and spiritually dynamic. And I mean, I think we do that all the time. But we get to do it especially today because that's sort of part of the topic. Because we're going to be talking about the emotional and spiritual connection with one another as we move into something we call song, something we call dance, because it really is in everything that we do. So today, I'm going to start off with a 3-minute question. Let's see how this goes. 3 minutes. Lee, there's somebody who is going to do that for us too. I think that, Jackie, you're going to keep time too, aren't you? Of course. Okay, she's going to keep time. So you can too if you want, Lee. Yeah.
Start after he reads the question.
Yeah, and which is a good idea because sometimes I can't read the writing, and it takes me almost 3 minutes to get through the question. Yeah. Okay. If Jesus walked the earth today, what church would he choose? Well, I'm just wondering if he's in the neighborhood, of course. You know, I mean, there's only one choice if he's in the neighborhood. But I think the question is probably more broad than that, isn't it? It's probably about what denomination or what type of church or where would he spend his Sundays, or would it be Sundays? I mean, it might even be Saturday in temple. I mean, I don't know that. But I think that Jesus spent a lot of time talking about this amorphous presence. And he spent a long time exempling how we connect with it. And the way he exampled that was connecting with other people that ordinarily would not command the time of a man of the stature of Jesus in the day, because he was eating with prostitutes and lepers and tax collectors, and I mean, you name the sordid crew that was available to him in those days, and that's where he was. I mean, he was with them. He was pulling into a conscious view this idea of oneness. I don't know if he'd go to church at all. Do you think he'd go to church? I don't know. You think he'd go to downtown LA? He might. He might go to downtown LA. I don't know. But here's the thing. This is what I really, really know, because this question does not give me any real boundaries. So I don't have to believe that we're talking about the physicality of Jesus. I can believe that Jesus is here right now, as well as there and there and there and there. And I can tell you that Jesus is in every church where the truth is being told. Jesus is in every church where the truth is being lived. And you know what? He's also in those churches where it's not happening like that, so that it might happen like that. Because that's where he went when he was on this earth, to example exactly what needed to be exampled. So what a question that is. What a question. You know, I do know this. When Jesus walked the earth, he identified as a Jew. You know, people called him rabbi, and he went to temple. And that was his church, and that was sacred for him. But he talked about a whole lot of things that sort of wobbled in and out of doctrine. And that's what made him so dangerous, and that's what made him so special. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that question very, very much. How'd I do?
What'd you get, Lee? 211. I got 243.
All right. So, nice. So I got 17 seconds to tell a joke. No. Which I'm not going to do. Now, that's laughter. You know, we've talked about laughter. 2 weeks ago, we talked about laughter. In fact, we engaged in group laughter, which is all kinds of fun. But today, we're going to engage in some other fun stuff, too, and it's going to be sort of on a group level and on an individual level. So, but before we get into all that stuff, we're going to sing, aren't we, Allison? All right, we're going to listen to you, and we're going to listen to Mitch, and we do it with an open and grateful heart.
In the spring, fledglings on the wing, fireflies that sing your name. wish you flowers in the grass, memories that last, shelter from the passing rain. I wish you joy, I wish you joy, I wish you I hope the wind is at your back and it's keeping you on track, that you never lack for love. I hope you walk beside your heart, even in the dark, guided by the stars above. I wish you love, I wish you love, I wish you and so wherever you may roam, out there on your own, home is just a heart away. I wish you joy, I wish you joy, I wish you
Thank you. I just want you to know I had Bonnie in my heart, and that I was thinking about your wife, and she was there with me.
Good morning. There you go. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Today's daily word is alive. Divine life flows through me. Sometimes when life seems filled with obligations and routine, I may feel as though I am merely existing, moving from one task to the next without sparkle or energy. Today, I remind myself I am alive, vitally, radiantly, joyfully alive. My life is what I choose to make it. Through my positive attitude and understanding myself as a spiritual being, I realize there is so much more to life than the things I must attend to. I will continue to maintain my daily life and respond to the things that need my attention. But now I will meet life with the energy and verve of divine life, which is flowing through me and animating me no matter what I am doing. I affirm I am a divine being, wondrously and magnificently alive. Amen. And the biblical verse was taken from Luke 20:38. Now, he is God, not of the dead, but of the living, for to him all of them are alive.
Let's start with the prayer of St. Francis. God, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine presence, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is through grace that we are given eternal life. So laughter, song, and dance require saying yes to life. The laughter, song, and dance are already in you. Life's exuberance is what you're made of. Joy is what you're made of. Laughter, song, and dance are the joyful expression of spirit within you. They are yours to express at will, and they're already there at full capacity. You can cultivate it, water it like a plant. The perfection of the plant is already in the seed, and we are seeded with infinite laughter, infinite song, and infinite dance. So to prepare for meditation, I invite you to sit back, move your shoulders a bit, wiggle around and get comfortable. And let's take a deep breath in. So gently relax the top of your head, your forehead. Imagine a beautiful light coming down each part of your body, your cheeks and your chin. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Bring your shoulders down just a bit and go down your body, your arms, your elbows, your lower arm, your hands, your torso, your legs, all the way down to your feet. And feel the good of your body as you breathe in and out. And bless your body. Thank it. And please allow these words to be yours. Joy is mine to have and to express freely in many ways, in so many ways, including laughter, song, and dance. And as you allow these words to be yours, I now gently release any concerns, comparisons, confusions, conflicts. I let them slide down my arms, out of my feet, into the earth where they can be neutralized and replaced and turn into something better. And I replace these things with my inherent, uplifting expression of God in me. I joyfully allow more laughter, more song, and more dance into my life. I allow my expression of good to flourish. I allow my expression of health to flourish. I allow my expression of abundance to flourish. And I allow these things for others as well, wishing everyone well, that they may be good, great, healthy, and abundant, and so much more. And we can bring to mind people that we love, that we want to pray for, and silently say their names as we go into the silence for about 2 minutes. please bring your attention back to the sanctuary. Wiggle your fingers and toes and gently open your eyes when you're ready. This was a poem by Bruce Gilbert. He's a unity poet. This is what he says. You are divine and have the heritage of the most holy. Awaken, rise above your toil and come to the light. Here to dance and play and live free of all that once held you back. And so for this and so much more, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, infinite wisdom. Thank you, blessed Spirit. And so it is. Amen.
Joni Mitchell said that laughing and crying, you know, it's the same release. And I just want to share. I'm going through a lot of that. This is just it's so nice to be here. And there's definitely a spirit in here. I was telling Jackie, we were telling her about the next song we're going to do, and she said, you should tell them what this is about and where this is from. And it's a song that somebody actually performed on America's Got Talent. Yeah. And they didn't win, but Celine Dion had seen this, and if you've seen the documentary about her, she's going through a really tough time with stiff person syndrome, and it's a very raw view of her life and her suffering and her struggles and her conviction, and her love and her joy. And at the end of it, this song is played, and it's like her fight song after going through a seizure and going through a lot of rehab. It's like the song that she sings along with to keep her going. And Mitch suggested this as a song we do today. I had not heard of it. I had not seen the film until a couple days ago. So it's new to me, and it's just a really, really special piece.
I've been closing the door all my life, held it in but not anymore. Got 2 feet on the floor. This is it, I'm stronger than ever before. Pardon my imposition, but this is my conviction. I need to get this off my mind. Gotta be me, gotta be I, gotta be who I know I am inside. Can finally breathe, take it in, look at me flying. It's always been there, it just took me a minute to find it. If I were to be anybody else, I'd just be hiding who I am, who I am. Looking back on the little girl, never gave her a chance to ever be more. I didn't love her, but I'm gonna love her right now and forever. It's time to push open the door. Pardon my imposition, but this is my conviction. Ain't nothing left to hold me down. Gotta be me, gotta be I, gotta be who I know I am inside. Can finally breathe, taking it in, look at me flying. It's always been there, it just took me a minute to find it. If I were to be anybody else, I'd just be hiding who I am, who I am, who I am, who I am.
So I don't know what I'm supposed to do after that. And you know, what's really weird is how these emotions get sort of all wrapped up with each other, because I'm crying, but I'm laughing while I'm crying, and I'm feeling the connection, the spiritual connection, and I'm feeling the words that were written and applying them to my own life. And you know, as I was listening to this, I thought, you know, there's something in the book of Greg that needs to be read right now. And I will tell you how this ended up in the book of Greg. So, a woman by the name of Janice Ubersetzig, sometime a short time ago, handed to me a notebook filled with some of her favorite writings, the things that she did. And they encompassed workshops and poetry and treatments, which are affirmations of love through prayer, and little stories and vignettes and fun little things that she thought up, fun little things that happened to her through her, and some interesting, unique, and devastating things that happened in her life as well. And I thought, I'm going to write some of that stuff down in the book of Greg, because it's got to be here too. It's got to be in the book of Greg too, because don't you know they're going to add that to the Bible one day. And so the book of Greg ought to have some of Ubersetzig stuff in there too, really ought to. And so I put this in here, and it applies so beautifully. She's talking about trust, essentially being the essence of a contract, a covenant with the divine. And she says, "My covenant with the divine is to appreciate and share who I am, to never underestimate my power to lift the consciousness of love or my power to transform the world around me. Never underestimate my power to do those things." That's what that song was about. That song was exactly about that. And you know, I think that song and this writing by Janice Ubersetzig, by the way, who is the mother of and the mother-in-law of two people in here right now, and Care and Steve, and she's a very talented person, but she described in that covenant some of the things that were happening, I think, at the health fair. There were a lot of people in there giving of who they are, who were acting out their divine covenant to bring the power of love, the healing experience to those who not only were in need of it, but who were seeking the connection of the person providing the service as well as the people in the room. I think yesterday, when Jackie and I were talking about this health fair that we had yesterday, was really so powerful because of a number of things, but first of all, the connection that we had with each other. The connection that was brought about, the pure love that you could see in the eyes of the people that were helping others, listening intently to stories, helping people move through the challenges that they were moving through. What a beautiful thing. And so there's power in that. There's power in this. And there's truly power in everything that we do. And that's kind of what we're talking about today, the power in song and dance. You got the power in song through Allison's singing, through the playing of Mitch, through the writing of you got the power there. You know the power of that. And you probably know that there's some power in dance too. I don't know. Do you know that there's a little power in dance? You do? All right. So we are talking about today cultivating those things, cultivating the recognition of the emotional and spiritual power in song and dance. You believe that there's power in song and dance, don't you? The kind of power that can change your life, the kind of power that can connect you in ways not only to each other, but to spirit, to this universal law of love. You believe that. I'm sure you do. I know you do. That's why you're here. So I was thinking about this power and how it transformed my life dramatically. And I thought that I would do something that was brought about by discussions with people like Allison, who are willing to sing a song that they've never sung before in front of a group of people like you. And that is the essence of trust. I say this all the time. I could fall on my face up here and you guys would still clap. Not because I fell on my face, but because you love me. Don't you? No. Same is true with everyone. Same is true with everyone here. You can trust that you can do things that you might not ordinarily feel comfortable doing out there somewhere. You can do that here. And so I thought, this is a natural opportunity for me to talk about something that I would ordinarily not talk about with other people. There might be a whole lot of you in here that don't know that this is part of my past, that's part of the things that I experienced that made me who I am. So I'm going to tell a story behind this, but why don't you go ahead and put that picture up first? Okay. All right. So this is a picture of some dancers, and that was in the LA Times. That picture was in the LA Times, made the front page of the View section of LA Times, and it was 1978, and let me read the caption. It says, "A group of ballet concert dancers take time out from rehearsals to frolic in the open air." That's not what we were doing, by the way. The dancers will participate in a festival on the West Coast. It's called the Festival 78 in Seattle. A 3-day ballet festival scheduled next weekend. 1,000 participants are expected from throughout the Western region. And down there in small print is awaiting their turn to rehearse the ballet, Arlene Harabidian, she's leaning against the bar up there, left. And then there's George Popov, who's from Russia. And then there's Greg Dorst, who was from Fontana. And then there's Quidal Touchon, who was from France. So this group of dancers somehow got together, got to know each other. Don't I look like Sam Elliott in Lifeguard? Did you ever see that movie? You ever see that movie? Because those big mustaches were in back then. You know, the big mustaches were in. So here I am in tights. Those are called tights. It's not a leotard. They're tights. Actually, a leotard is what George is wearing here. George Popov is wearing. He's wearing tights and a leotard, which is a single piece that covers the top of a dancer. So it's important for you to know these aspects. Men don't wear tutus. Men do not dance on point. And this is ballet. So the Olympics is on, and I started thinking about a journey that took me to there, because I had to ask myself, how in the heck did I get there? I'd look at this once in a while and I go, how the heck did I get there? You know, I was the guy that just loved to suit up for football, and you know, you run into people, and that's great. You know, I was on the boxing team at Claremont Men's College. We had a very macho group of people that hung out together, and the question that was most of the time on their minds is, why are you doing that? And so you got to ask behind that, how did I get there? Well, so I was a gymnast as a young child. My best friend in elementary school had a connection to the Pomona YMCA, which was a fantastic melting pot of people who were interested in becoming outstanding gymnasts. It had the best gymnastic team in Southern California, the best AAU gymnastic team. And the reason why I ended up there was not because of that. I ended up there because my best friend used to go to Pomona YMCA and just goof off while his dad played handball. And he would goof off on the equipment there and play a little basketball, bounce on the trampoline. And he wanted somebody to do it with him. And so he invited me to go. And so I went. And I went there and played on the trampoline and used the rings and the parallel bars and, you know, a little bit of tumbling here and there, and decided, both of us did, that we wanted to be a little better at this. And so we both joined in as young kids to this group of gymnasts who were learning how to become better gymnasts. So during that period of time, it was pretty clear that I excelled in athletic endeavors. And it wasn't long before I got the bronze medal in California for 12 and under all around. And that was an amazing feat for me, having been a gymnast for only 3 years. But back then, the all-around had some interesting events in it, not the same things you're going to see in the Olympics. I mean, trampoline was an event in the all-around back then, trampoline. And so you had to learn how to do certain tricks on the trampoline, and you'd put a routine together, and you'd be scored, and that was a major part of the all-around back then. So was tumbling. There was something called tumbling back then, which doesn't exist today, and that is you'd take 3 passes down the mats, and you would put together a series of maneuvers which constituted tumbling and gave you a degree of difficulty. And you see those things on floor exercise nowadays when they do what they call those passes. You know, they usually do about 3 passes in floor exercise, which are serious tumbling passes. I mean, they're doing some serious tumbling stuff. That used to be the event back then. It was tumbling. And then, of course, you did rings, and you did parallel bars, and you did the horizontal bar, and you did the pommel horse, which was, oh my gosh, is that difficult. So I know how to do all those things. And I competed in a statewide competition and obtained a bronze medal at age 12. The interesting thing about that was that there wasn't gymnastics at the high school I was going to attend, and my parents were looking to send me somewhere else, and I said, no, I'm not leaving my friends. It's not going to happen. So I didn't go on to a school that had gymnastics. I wasn't sent off to a camp. I didn't learn how to be a college grade gymnast. It sort of ended there until I went off to college. And when I went off to college, this is how it happened. I played water polo. I played water polo at a very high level, and I refused to swim on the swimming team. I'd had too much of that through my years of growing up. I swam on swim teams and had way too much chlorine, through my nose and around my body, and I back and forth and back and forth and back, and didn't want to do that anymore. So I played water polo but refused to swim, and they were mad at that. They were mad about that. Because back then, when you played water polo, you also swam on the swimming team, and they thought that either one or both would make you better at what you were doing on the swim team or what you were doing as a water polo player. And I said, I'm not going to swim. So my coach, my water polo coach, said, okay, all right, you don't have to swim, but what I want you to do for our league championship meet is I just want you to get out there and fall off the diving board 11 times. I mean, just fall off. Because the top 12 finishers in this league championship meet are going to score points for their school, and there aren't going to be 12 entries. So all you got to do is fall off 11 times, which would be the dives that you do. All you got to do is fall off 11 times, and you're going to be just fine. We're going to score a point, and it'll bring us closer to a league championship. And I went, okay, all right, I'll get up there and fall off 11 times. Well, what they didn't realize is that I had this background in gymnastics. I had this background in trampoline. And so I said, okay, I'll do it. And the coach of the diving team was terrific. She was incredible. She was a previous gymnast herself. And she started working with me to hone some skills. You see, because on the trampoline, you do your tricks from feet to feet. You don't ever land on your head. Because if you land on your head, you're going to hurt yourself. So, but in the pool, you always land on your head. You always go in head first. You want to go in head first. You don't want to land on your feet. The tricks that really score points, you go in head first. So she was transforming everything I knew from the trampoline to the diving board and putting all of those tricks in head first. Well, I won league that year. I didn't just fall off the diving board 11 times. I won league that year. And I went on to win league the next year and the next year and the next year. and was an All-American springboard diver. But during that point in time in my life, I needed to stay limber in order to be the best I could. This is a long, involved story, I understand. I needed to stay limber. And so what I did was I went to dance classes in the off season to stay limber. I went to Claremont McKenna College, and that was a men's college back then, and next door was Scripps College, and they had a fantastic dance program there. So I went, in order to stay limber in the off season, I went to Scripps and I took dance classes. And I did stay limber in the off season. But it turns out I was a better dancer than I was a springboard diver. My dance teacher, the head of the dance department at Scripps, used to come to the meets and help me with my springboard stuff. And the reason why she did that was because she felt that I needed a little more heart in the way I approached what I was doing. You know, I needed had to be a little more verve in it. The way you step down the board, 4 steps, and the way you lift your knee and how you hold your hands make a difference, she would say. And you have to drive that emotion of what you're feeling inside so that the judges understand it. I mean, she was giving me stuff that no other diver ever gave any consideration to, and we would work on that stuff. And somehow dance and diving sort of became melded. When school was over, she said to me, when college was over, she said to me, you can't stop, you cannot stop. She went to Juilliard, and she said, you have to go to New York, and you have to dance at NYU. I think I can help you get a scholarship there for the graduate dance program at NYU. Now you're learning a lot about me that you didn't know that. You didn't know any of this stuff, of course, and how I got there. But I said, okay, and I applied for it, knowing that I probably wouldn't go because I had all kinds of ties here. You know, I wasn't going to go back to New York. But I decided that I would try anyway. So I filled out all the application stuff, and I went to the audition and all that, and I did some of my own work in front of them, and lo and behold, I got the scholarship. They gave me a full scholarship to NYU graduate program in dance, and I turned it down. But there happened to be a person in that room that was the head, during that audition, that was the head of a dance company and said, Psst, you want to dance out here? And that was the dance company. And so I decided to stay out here and do the things that I like to do and dance in that dance company. We performed from the top of the West Coast to the bottom of the West Coast. And, sometimes we ended up in the newspaper, and sometimes we got paid, and sometimes we didn't. But it was quite a journey. I mean, it was something that was instrumental in feeling the way that I feel about life. Instrumental. You know, first of all, I got to tell you, when I stepped into that situation, they were not my people. They weren't my people. When I stepped out of that situation, they were my people. But so were my people. You know, the first group of people, they were my, and the second group of people now became my people. And then I realized that anybody, any group of people, as long as I'm willing and open, can become my people. Do you feel me on that? They can become my people. You are my people. You're not the first. You won't be the last. Let's make this circle bigger, make it bigger. And so dance became something that became a part of my life. I mean, even it followed me into the weight room. Seriously, it followed me into the weight room, and into every other athletic thing I've ever done, it followed me in. And a lot of it has to do with where you put your mind when you're doing certain things. If you're going to do something that's very, very difficult, you've got to get your mind right. You've got to understand the dynamics of what you're doing, but you've got to get it right in your mind. And sometimes that's very, very hard. See, because you have to hold your hand in a way that looks relaxed, yet be like rigid steel, from knee to shoulder. And it's hard to hold those two things in your mind. You see, I have to do this here, but I have to do this here. And then you have to do something else over here. Then you have to take a body part you can't even see. You can't even see it and do something with it that you don't even know if it's working. Somebody has to tell you. So there are lots of things that I utilize today that are so important for me. in the way that I live and the way that I interact with life. I want to share a couple of those things with you. First thing, so hold your hand out in front of you. Hold your hand out. Look at your hand. Look at your hand. Hold it out in front of you. Now relax your hand. Just relax it. Just relax it so that your hand is no longer rigid but relaxed. Now start to move your thumb toward your middle finger just a tiny bit while still relaxed. Can you see the difference in the way your hand looks? Can you see the difference in the way you feel inside having relaxed your hand? Now I want you to raise your elbow so that it's even with your hand. Now you're in a position that every dancer is in at one point or another. You're in the position of every sculptor's object. You're in a position of every actor or stage actor's moment on the stage. You have created something here that is soft, yet motivatingly beautiful. And you've done it with just your hand. It's no longer this, it's this. Stand up. I want you to feel like, as you stand up, I want you to feel like, and it doesn't matter whether you walk with a cane or what you do or whether you walk at all, you can still do this. You can pretend that there is a string in your head and pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. That string is on the top of your head and you're pulling it up and you're feeling yourself elongate, feeling yourself stretch. You're stretching your spine. You're bringing yourself up to full height. You are opening up your chest now, opening up your chest now. And you're in a position that every person who has the ability to know who they are finds themselves in. Right there, you're standing tall, you're sitting tall, you are stretched to the maximum. You can sit down now. So people come up to me and have many, many times, including my sons, and said, I want to learn how to work out effectively in the gym. And they expect me to go to the bench press, or they expect me to go to the leg press, or they expect me to go somewhere, teach them how to do squats, whatever it might be. And I say, no, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to stand in front of the mirror, and we are going to work on our posture. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to make you taller. We're going to make you more like an arrow. You know, your chest will be up, your shoulders will be back, but down. And that's the position. That's the position that will afford you the best opportunity to get the results that you want out of what we're doing in this weight room. Interesting thought, isn't it? I mean, we spend the first 4 days getting our posture right and then working on that. Have you been working on your posture? Well, we're not going to go on to the next thing until you have been. You know, because I don't want you slumped over like this. You're not going to be slumped over like this. If you really want to be slumped over like this, then become a caveman or work out with a caveman or whatever. But you see a lot of cavemen in the gym. If you go to the gym, you see a lot of cavemen. You know, no. This is where you want to be. You want to be chest high. You want to be string above the head. This is dancing without dancing. Your arm was dancing. Your hand was dancing. You're dancing in the weight room when you're stretching yourself as high as you can stretch. You are dancing through life when you walk down that carpet and you do it with authority. Your chest is out. Your head is held high. And you're trusting that everybody sees it and loves it. I had to trust that I wouldn't get laughed at. I had to trust that I wouldn't get laughed at. In fact, every once in a while, I'm 69 years old now, every once in a while an old friend will connect and they'll laugh and they say, you still dancing in shoes, those shoes, you know? Still wearing those tights, you know? No. Because I don't look as good in them as I used to. But dance is life. Song is life. And trust is something that is so inborn in both dance and song. You know, when Allison got up and sang song for the first time. She needed to trust you guys. When I get up and talk, I need to trust you. So I started thinking about that, and I wrote this. I know that seeing the end is how hope works. You see, I like to talk about hope once in a while, and if you can see what it is you want to see at the end of, your journey to manifest, then you're using hope in the right way. It guides you. So I know that seeing the end is how hope works. Sometimes, though, life presents itself as a foggy morning where you can't see past your nose, much less all the way to the end. In these moments, trust is the path I must travel. I let go of the need to see the end. I dance through every step I take, and I sing with each breath I release. My seeing is now a feeling, an embrace of the journey that is not seen and does not end. I trust that Spirit dances through me, and that the melody my soul expresses is the song of God. It cannot be otherwise, and it is good. Thank you. Namaste. Thanks for the little yellow arrow there too, Barbara. I appreciate the little. I would not have known that was me without the little yellow arrow. Come on forward, Millian. Oh, look who's here. Oh, I did this in front of Colleen and Gay and Reva and Mike and Virginia, Carol. Oh my goodness, all you guys know me at too deep a level now. But it's good to be vulnerable. It's good to be authentic. And I recommend it. So here's what we do at this point in time. We engage in our community giving. And we have an opportunity to support that which we love and care about, to support the community that so supports us. And we do this through our tithing. And we have a community giving statement, which I'd like you to say with me before Millie gratefully walks up to see you. Please join me. God is the source of my overflowing supply, and I am grateful, and so it is.
Okay, so now that we're all sitting very upright and our arms are dancing in front of us, we're all going to do a little singing together. I'm going to teach you a part. It's going to come up in the chorus, and every time it comes up, I want you to sing this. It's just this. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Okay? So, what it is, the same line, living my life, let's just say it, living my life like it's golden. Good, let's say it in time. Living my life like it's golden. Good. Now, we're going to say it 5 times in a row, right after another. And at the very last one, we're going to say the word golden twice. Here, we're just going to say it together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Living my life like it's golden. 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 Golden. Good. Now let's sing it. Harry, ready? Here we go. Loud. Living my life like it's golden. 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 Golden. Awesome. Okay, you ready? So you're gonna come in on that. It's a song by Jill Scott called None Other Than Golden. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. It'll take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden.
pouring it in the straw. I'll be high stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like it's 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 golden, golden. I'm holding on to my freedom, can't take it from me. I was born into it, it comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing His glory. I hope He's proud of me. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden, living my life like
I'm going to sing something over you in this.
living my life like it's golden.
Keep going.
Living my
Here we
life
go.
like it's golden.
Keep going.
Living my life like it's golden, golden.
living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Woo!
Thank you, Greg and Mitch, for helping out. Thank you, everyone.
We were supposed to keep the beat, not disturb the beat. You guys are great. Come on forward, Millie. We got some song and dancing, you guys. All right, so here's what we do. What we do is we promise here at Unity of Pasadena to utilize these tithes and treasures with integrity, to bring about a consciousness of faith and trust and beauty, of aliveness, to bring about a consciousness of spiritual connection and emotional connection. And we do it through our authenticity and vulnerability. We're real with each other. This is a space where we can be that, where we can move forward as our greater yet to be in this moment. We're so grateful for one another. We're so grateful for this space. I release this into the law of mind, knowing that it's already done. Please join me by saying, so it is. Amen. Thank you, Millian. All right, so who's doing our community today? Come on, Bill.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Allison, Mitch, and all of you, singing and dancing. All right. Now, you've seen our vision, mission, and core values demonstrated in our service today. Let's take a moment now and affirm them together. Our vision, envisioning a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission, transforming lives by living and sharing our inner truth of divine wisdom, compassion, and love using practical spiritual principles. And our core values, creating community, living love, teaching truth, serving community. So Team S through J is taking the lead today on the fourth Sunday of the month. We're in a new month. Next Sunday, and Team ABC will be hosting. So next Sunday is tea time. So it'll be tea time with our chaplains. Michelle will be leading. And again, how many of you have sat in on tea time? Most of us. It's an amazing time to share a moment with each other. It's all in confidentiality, and it's very vulnerable and just healing. So let's see what we have here now. We had a fantastic event here yesterday with wellness people of our church and from the community. We also had a wonderful group of volunteers under Jackie's leadership. And now we'll have some comment by Barbara about that day. You're good? Okay.
Yeah, filling in for Jackie here, who's busy continuing in a way the event we had yesterday, because beside the 11 providers that we had a half a dozen vendors who were actually selling things, one of which was one of she and Greg's newer neighbors, M and I, food. And they provided some wonderful Mexican food, and they agreed to share some of it with us today. So in addition to those in the rather slim S through Z group this week, because we're missing Bonnie and we're missing Luann, we have ample Mexican food that we had yesterday, and it is fantastic. And even though, because we worked 3 physically hard days in order to put this event on, we didn't balance up last night. We're going to get together, Jackie and Georgette and I, tomorrow, and we're going to see if we can balance these sheets. But I just wanted to thank Jackie for spearheading this event, and for every single person who was there yesterday who helped Georgette and Clifta and Lee and Marty and Trish, yes, and Sandy and Annette, and Norma was here too, yes, and Helen. And Victoria, where are you? Oh, there you are. You have your sunglasses on. I see. Okay. Yes, she was out there helping sign everybody in. And so, yes, the spirit that we were experiencing yesterday continues at a high vibration today. So again, thank you everyone who supported it, and do enjoy your hospitality.
Thank you, Barbara. And now we have some photos for you to look at. As you know, we've had our air conditioning and heating units replaced. And if you look at on the left side, that unit has been there for 37 years. It's been patched so many times. Those black areas are pieces of roof shingles that some brilliant person decided, I'm going to glue this on there. So, and on the right, that's what the new units look. We have 4 new units, and they did it in 4 days. So it was quite amazing. So just a reminder, our Fire Ice Fund that we're looking for to help cover the cost for this is ongoing. And we have over $10,000 donated already. And so please remember, this facility is 37 years old and needs love and care. And it's up to us to fund it. And I know we will over time. Thank you so much.
Write that check.
Oh, that's right. Checks, Zelle. Anyway. All right. I think we're ready. We're done.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. So we're going to do our silent unity prayer for protection, and then we're going to end with the peace song today, right? That's right. Yay, yay. So would you please stand for the silent unity prayer for protection? And that puts us in a position to sing and dance the peace song too. So, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine, and all is well.
take